What you want? What you want?
Hey guys, this is P.M.R.Bonez88, and yesterday I finally went to the movies in theaters, and I saw was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So all the cast members returned from the first film, including the director James Gunn, who also directed the first Guardian of the Galaxy film. Now for this second film, it had good action scenes, it was entertaining, the visual effects and the CGIs were amazing too, and it did have a couple of punses, and it was starting to become much more of a comedy and less of a Marvel action film. Because the first one, it had more action and a couple of jokes too. But this one had so many punses and jokes, and mostly I did laugh at them. They were pretty funny. Yeah, this is actually a late review because this movie came out in theaters at the same day that I went to Comic-Con. So it was between either go see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 or go to Comic-Con. I chose Comic-Con, alright? Give me a break, people. If those of you did not see the video that I went to Comic-Con, the link is up there. You can check it out. And I also collaborate with the Super Zero guys. Now I want to talk about is the characters. So as Chris Pratt returning to play as Star-Lord, his character developed, he's much more serious and he starts to get the leadership of being the Guardians of the Galaxy, and still a wisecracking leader, just to be a wise ass at times. He does also have a heart, so he does care a lot, and he still searches for his father. And speaking of his father, which was played by Kurt Russell, now I was surprised that they did choose Kurt Russell to play as Star-Lord's father. And if those of you don't know who Kurt Russell is, he's the actor, the action actor, who was from John Carpenter's The Thing, Escape from New York, Big Trouble in Little China, Stargate, and the list goes on and on. I could talk so much, but I got a movie to review, so enough of that. Dave Bautista, I do not know how to pronounce his last name. He's a wrestler. I'll just say the wrestler that played as Drax the Destroyer. So Dave, the wrestler who played as Drax the Destroyer, he didn't do too much fighting in this movie. Most likely he's always just joking around or making up some punses, and especially how he made that crazy laughter, which I just found it hilarious. In the first film he did fight a lot, and there was only just one scene where he faces off this big alien monster, and that was about it. Nothing else. Because the ones who did most of the fighting were just Star-Lord, Rocket Raccoon, Gamora, Nebula, Yondu, and Baby Groot. Yeah, he did fight. But the one character that was really interested and I really enjoyed was Gamora, which was played by Zoe Zalanda. I think I said it right. What I liked about this character, Gamora, is the confrontation between her and her sister Nebula. They were once rivalries, and they always compete with each other to see who was better. And that's what I liked about this film, because of how they always compete with each other, and somehow they start to try to work as a team and to become as a family and not really sibling rivalries. That's what I liked about this character, and Gamora, it turns out that she's starting to become my favorite. Vin Diesel, that did the voice of Baby Groot, I'll say it, I found Baby Groot as adorable. But what really disappointed me, that he didn't grew or develop to turn back into his adult Groot, turn back into his adult Groot size. I thought for sure maybe at the end he would have grown or evolved into the adult size of Groot, and then say yes, he's back. But it turns out that he was still Baby Groot, but I wasn't really complaining. So I admit it, I did find him adorable. I could like want to take him as my pet or just as my pet and put him inside my pocket. Anywhere I could take him. Or in case if somebody tries to rob me, I always have Baby Groot with me. And as for Yondu, who played by Michael Rooker, he had a bigger role this time. He had a lot more action that was happening, and with his character developing and the story background of why he was such a badass, or he's having some major confrontation of his own or conflict of himself. It was great just to see him just to join with Star-Lord and becoming the Guardians of the Galaxy. That was really terrific. So this movie is about with the Guardians of the Galaxy being drafted in some sort of a weird planet, but also discovering that now Star-Lord is finally reunited with his dad. And there is some major twists and confrontation between Star-Lord and his dad. And that's what I liked about this film. It had confrontations, twists, and interesting story background to every character. And James Gunn did a terrific job on it. And even though I felt like it was kind of rushed, that they wanted to try to concentrate on one character to the next, do the other character just for about at least 15 to 20 minutes, and same for the other character for about 15 or 20 minutes. Come on, can we just like make it a little longer so we can know about these characters' backgrounds just a little bit? Now, as much as I like the first film, it had a balanced story. It was well balanced. It had a good storyline. It had explain about the characters' backgrounds, and it had more action and a bit of comedy. In this second film, it had much more comedy and a bit of action, but it did have some couple of twists and confrontations once again. It's trying to bring up to Avengers Infinity War once it comes in theaters next year. When I came out from the movies, I was just happy. I just loved this movie, but I was a little disappointed, but more happy because it had more action and the CGIs and the visual effects were amazing. It was just like mind-blowing, and it was just like popping right out of the screen. That's what I felt like that was coming out. It was like everything was coming out from the screen. All the Ravagers like falling right up in the air and felt like they were gonna come right at me. And with the monster that I thought was gonna come and eat me like right into my face. And that was like it was meant for a 3D movie. I didn't really see it in 3D. I just saw it in regular D, just, you know, not to spend too much money. But for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, it is worth watching and it's really entertaining. So if those of you didn't really see Part 2, you should definitely go and check it out. It's an enjoyable superhero film. So just to rate this film, for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I'll have to give it a 8.5 out of 10. The action was good. The CGI and visual effects were, once again, amazing. And a couple of comedy and puns and jokes that was like slapped out, and at least they got away with it. Especially my favorite part where Drax just said penis, and they just got away with it. I just burst out laughing. And also with the villains, the bad guys that are the gold people. That's what I call them. I don't know what they were. They didn't really explain who they were or what they were. I just call them gold people. I found them really hilarious, and especially with the taser face. I don't know why it's so funny, but calling the name taser face is not really scary. It's just hilarious, and if I met a guy named Taserface, I'm gonna burst out laughing too. Even though he tries to scare me, I'll still laugh. Volume 2 was definitely worth watching. It had good music too. I'm glad they added a lot more music besides the 70s. They add a little bit of late 70s and early 80s songs as well. They have 3 or 4 endings, but it doesn't relate to the Avengers. It just only has the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and it's right before the credits and during the credits and after the credits, and that's it. But I will be looking forward when it comes out on Blu-ray and DVD. And this is P.M.R.Bonez88 signing off. His saying is, peace!